Thank you, everyone. It's great to be here representing Western North Carolina at the big Atlanta show, especially because I came in second at the first Charlotte qualifying event last year. And all my friends are asking me how I managed to pull out the win this year, and I've told them all, look, it was easy. I had my company pay $1,000 to be the gold sponsor of that event. And it's like I'm paying attention to Trump's campaign, and I figured why not follow his lead? It's a smart strategy. It's like, sure, some of the other contestants were a little miffed when they found out about the donation. They felt like it was unfairly influencing the judges. And as soon as they started whining, I was all over them. I was like, look, that's what makes you an accountant and me a CFO. I'm a businessman. I give to people. When they call, I give. Charlotte has not been sending its best to this Atlanta competition. And, I beat China every day. So, see? That's smart. That's smart. But what wasn't smart was the decision I made to buy this smart watch earlier this year because if you're like me and you don't have your cell phone permanently holstered to your belt right here, the smartwatch is a lot like having Woody Woodpecker on your wrist, just peck, peck, peck all day long. And the first night I was wearing it, I was in the kitchen scrubbing pots and pans, had no idea where my phone was, no idea where my wife was either, and all of a sudden the watch starts vibrating. I'm like, oh, great, it's my first text message. Oh, and it was from my wife. I could see her sitting on the back deck in the sun, and the text message read, hey, bring me a vodka tonic when you finish with those dishes, bitch. Oh, but that was a damn sucker punch right in the gut. I knew I'd made a terrible mistake because, under normal circumstances, I would not have read that text message until probably next Thursday. But, now I was hot and I was pushing these little smartwatch buttons trying to find the emoji that looks like this. And, I couldn't find that, but God forbid I just make up the number of steps I've taken today for that corporate walking challenge. It's so stupid. But thankfully I have a new hobby that helps me get through situations like this. I started making moonshine 2 years ago. Because if you're raising 3 boys, it's important to be a good role model. And but what I didn't understand when I started on my moonshining journey was just how crazy white people go over homemade moonshine. It's like, it gave me instant street cred, especially with the wealthier alcoholics. I mean, I'm a bad dude up in the Lake Hickory Country Club. And all these old geezers in the locker room running around naked calling me El Chapo now. But, the Christmas, it's pretty good at Christmas because you mix that white lightning up with some warm apple cider and brown sugar, throw it in a mason jar with a cinnamon stick and pop a bow on top, and bam, you are everyone's favorite neighborhood Santa. I mean, that stuff is Christmas crack, and I'm the dealer. I'm sure you've all picked up from my menacing apparel that I'm really embracing the gangster lifestyle. But just when you think you're some kind of tough guy in a Vineyard Vines polo shirt, some random white guy is going to bring you down. It's just a matter of time. We have these oral surgeons up in my hometown. It's actually in Hickory, but they're all the time running television commercials that promote their sedation dentistry practice. And I'm certain they wrote the ads themselves because the tagline for their service is, we'll wake you up when it's over. It's like, we'll wake you up when it's over. I was like, is this the sedation dentistry practice of Dr. Cliff Huxtable? I mean, guys, come on. It's like, if you're going to promote a service, try to use language that's not going to have potential customers combing through the sex offender registry to make sure your name's not on there. I mean, it's not very smart. But, there are a lot of days where I'm thinking it'd be nice to have those sedation guys hanging around the office just to relieve stress. Even better, it'd be pretty cool to be the CFO for one of those marijuana companies out in Colorado. Because it'd be cool and awesome, because think about it, like, no matter how many comedy contests you win, everyone's still going to look at you like that geeky accountant. And so you're going to be able to eat, vape, and smoke that stuff all day long, and no one's going to have any idea you've become the Bob Marley of generally accepted accounting principles. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, and there'll be a lot of other benefits, too. It's like you're not going to be the usual jerk you are in your daily routine of meetings. It's going to be a lot less about how stupid Bob in marketing was today, and a lot more about how maybe Bob was just a little too high at the morning strategy meeting. And I'm sure you wouldn't have any trouble finding volunteers for that pesky New Year's Day inventory count. You could pay them in gummy bears, and everybody wins. It's a big day. Recruiting kids on college campuses, that would be fun too, because you wouldn't be trying to find the normal accounting student. You're going to want to be talking to kids that know their way around a bong. Like, they're wearing corduroys and jam band t-shirts and Crocs with socks. It's like you have one interview question, you're like Ty Webb on Caddyshack. You do drugs, Danny? Every day. Okay, you're hired. Let's go. It's crazy. My kid told me last week that he was going to apply to the University of Colorado. I was like, no, you're not. If you're going to smoke pot, you're doing it like we did in the 80s. You're going to be scheming for weeks about the bag of dirt weed you're going to buy from that bartender at TGI Fridays. You're not going into a dispensary to buy a candy bar. You're going to work for it. All right, that's it. Thanks, everyone.